The Last Will and Testament of Redacted. Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 3, Issue 22. 20 years ago, the Maker prevented a radioactive spider from biting a young Peter Parker. He likewise prevented the creation of any other superheroes and formed a secret council to rule the world from the shadows. 21 months ago, Tony Stark sent Peter that same radioactive spider along with a Picotech suit. Since then, Peter has used the incredible powers granted by the spider's bite to fight crime alongside Green Goblin, aka Harry Osborn, co-CEO of Oscorp. Kingpin tasked his Sinister Six with capturing the duo, but the Sinister Six have fractured. Harry's wife, Gwen Stacy, was one of the five who shared the role of Mysterio, but after she declared the war on Kingpin and his ministers, Mr. Negative grew tired of their treachery and bombed the Mysterio's meeting room. Mole Man warned Peter that his identity was compromised, sending Peter and his family into hiding, and Peter's son Richard drove a wedge between his sort of girlfriend Black Cat and the rest of the Sinister Six. 3 months ago later, in December, Richard Parker, aka Venom, is swinging through the city to pick up Chinese food. Richard Parker's main concern about the Chinese food is that there's no soy sauce. Peter Parker set up a satellite house in the subterranean area in the Savage Land while laying low. The Savage Land is located beneath New York City. Dr. Otto Octavius has worn a variation of the Spider-Man outfit when bringing food to the Parker residency. Dr. Otto Octavius says the depth to which I sink, hiding deep in the earth beneath the great behemoth of a city, like something small and inferior, when I am so much more, when I am so very superior. Dr. Otto Octavius is the superior Spider-Man. Mary Jane congratulates Otto on the fast delivery. The superior Spider-Man says if you want something done right, you've got to do it yourself. Mary Jane says to May Parker to get the whole family together, and the ironic part is that May Parker loves soy sauce and wanted it on her Chinese food. Otto says, I'm sure it's in there. I was very clear. I said there better be soy sauce in that bag or else. May Parker says, thanks, Otto. You're the best. The superior Spider-Man replies, yes, yes, I am. Ben Parker and J. Jonah Jameson are also laying low with the Parker family while continuing their work. Mary Jane says, I finished all the packaging last night. Final edits are happening now. J. Jonah Jameson says it's not a poetry contest. You need to lose the adverbs. Ben, badly, Ben Parker says. See, that's what I love about you, Jonah. You could wait until I'm done to edit the piece, but here you are, standing over my shoulder, editing line by line, diligently, efficiently, and annoyingly. Superior Spider-Man asks, how much longer? Uncle Ben replies, a couple of hours. We could be ready to go tonight. Superior Spider-Man says, just remember, there's a limit to how many bursts we can push out before the signal can be traced. I built all this as well as it could be done, but like I said, there are limits. Also, I got dinner. J. Jonah Jameson says, thank God I'm starving. And look what I have here, soy sauce, just in case they forgot to put some in the bag. Uncle Ben responds, and don't worry about the trace. You said the threshold was 4, so we kept it to 3, just to be safe. Everything's going to be fine. Superior Spider-Man mutters, please don't touch me. The Parkers, Jameson, Dr. Octavius, Mole Man, and the Moloids are enjoying Chinese food together for dinner. Meanwhile, Spider-Man and the Green Goblin are locked in a fierce battle against a swarm of Bullseyes. The two unlikely allies move with the precision and power. Spider-Man swings through the chaos, landing rapid punches and powerful kicks, while the Green Goblin hurls pumpkin bombs that explode in bursts of green fire. Together, they take down one Bullseye after another, throwing them across the rooftop as the night sky burns with flashes of orange and blue light. The Bullseyes have been upgraded with lasers beneath their eye patches. As one of them misses and hits the Green Goblin, Spider-Man says, you've been smashing these guys for over a year. You think by now they would have learned their lesson and gotten some new upgrades. And they did, as the laser bolts shoot out from the eyes of the Bullseyes. Green Goblin says, no problem at all, Spider-Man. I happen to have gotten some upgrades of my own. From his shoulders, electricity bursts out, naturally glowing green. Spider-Man says, cool, maybe a tad excessive, but cool. Spider-Man grows concerned, wondering why the Bullseyes were there and how they got their upgrades. Green Goblin replies, I wouldn't overthink it. See, Bullseyes hit Bullseyes. Be home in time for dinner. Afterward, the Green Goblin sends Spider-Man home for dinner. Green Goblin says, if you hurry, you can still make it. Spider-Man replies, what about you? Green Goblin says, I'll admit you got me a little curious. I'm going to stick around and see if anything pops up. Spider-Man then says, says, come on home, man. It'll help you. Everyone would be glad to have you around. Green Goblin responds, no, all of it just reminds me that you got a great family and I don't. Not anymore. Plus, you know, one can only take so much of Otto. Really, Pete is fine. Gwen's gone. I miss her. But what I'm gonna do besides this? Spider-Man says, okay, promise. Yell if you need me. Green Goblin replies, communications are working fine, so if I yell, you better come running. Spider-Man says, you yell, I'll be here. Green Goblin then has a talk with Norman Osborn AI, who is proud of him. Norman Osborn AI says, what a tangle web we weave when we first practice to deceive. I'm so proud of you, son. Green Goblin replies, I want him safe. There's nothing more to it. Norman AI responds, of course. And why wouldn't you lie to him if all you're going to do is to lie to yourself? Later, Dr. Octavius says, this will do it. This is exactly what we need. You see, I've studied how the people who really run this world operate. I've studied them. I've studied their methods. And more than that, I've studied their master, the great maker, a great builder of societies, a great builder of machines. It took me some time, a deep dive into all the records that Stark's domain possessed. And by following all those threads to their origin, I discovered something. There's a string at the center of the world. It connects a series of nods that all lead to the maker's fabled city itself, an ocean of knowledge that all rivers flow to. And I built this to infect it. Dr. Otto Octavius has built a worm that connects to the city which holds the maker. Richard Parker says, what is it? Superior Spider-Man replies, a worm, a subtle self-replicating parasite that consumes the tiniest portion of all that knowledge. Place this device in the right location and it will erase any existing and, more importantly, any future acquisition of information regarding your family. Ben Parker asks, what's the catch? Otto Octavius says, it has to be connected to one of the maker's nods, and the only accessible one within the containment is located in the heart of the Kingpin's empire. If there was someone brave enough to do this, Richard Parker says, subtle. Dr. Otto Octavius replies, well, it needs to be done. Richard says, then why don't you do it instead of trying to get me grounded again? Superior Spider-Man says, because to get to the nod, someone would need to break into one of the most secure vaults in this hemisphere. One could argue that only one with the greatest thieves in the history of the world could pull off something like this. Know anyone like that? Mary Jane says, no, Harry. Again, Peter Parker replies, he wanted to stay out. He's still working through stuff, struggling. Mary Jane chimes in, I'm worried about him. Peter Parker says, me too. I mean, we should still. It's been 3 months and we've been hoping he's going to get through this. It's so dumb. If it were you, I'd never get over it. Mary Jane replies, well, you better hope nothing ever happens to me then, because I'd move on, meet someone who's home all the time, doesn't work so hard, someone who'd sweep me off my feet. Peter Parker says, totally understandable. You really could do a lot better. Just curious, what's this hypothetical dream guy like? Mary Jane says, I don't know. Never seen his face. He wears a mask. Spider-Man pulls his mask over his face and tosses the Chinese food without soy sauce behind him. Peter Parker and Mary Jane kiss each other passionately in the middle of the Savage Land. Later, Peter is shirtless and hugging Mary Jane. Mary Jane says, would you look at that sun setting on another day in paradise? Peter Parker replies, some paradise. We're living underground, hiding from a world run by madmen who really, really want to kill us. Mary Jane says, maybe don't ruin the mood, Tiger. Parker says, sorry, this is perfect. You're perfect. It's just all day long I've had this feeling. It's gnawing at me, and I feel like something terrible is about to happen. Nearby Fist Tower, Richard meets with Felicia Hardy. The Black Cat is petting a cat. Richard Parker says, well, that's no way to say hello. Black Cat replies, what are you doing here? Richard answers, one, I was actually looking for you. Two, believe it or not, I'm on a mission, and I'm supposed to break into that building and place this device where it needs to go. I could save my family and make sure it could also save you. So I'm doing it. There's nothing Kingpin can do to stop me. The Black Cat says, you should know I follow Mr. Negative. Richard Parker says, so I'm still going, but I could really use your help if I get into trouble. The Black Cat replies, definitely. Elsewhere, the Green Goblin detects the heat signatures in a building. The mysterious person asks, is he in there? The Green Goblin replies, yes. It's like he doesn't even care what I've done. As Harry observes the heat signature in the building, he He notices several enhanced humans. The Green Goblin continues. I see a dozen more enhanced humans and target 2 floors down from the roof. The mysterious person says, time to go in then. This mysterious person is Mysterio. Even though Mr. Negative had previously destroyed Mysterio, the fragments have reformed and combined into a new amalgamation. As this new abomination takes shape, Mysterio says, are you with us? Are you with us? Are you with us? Are you with us? Are you with me, Harry? All the personalities of Mysterios have become mixed together, but somewhere within Gwen Stacy is still there. The Green Goblin just looks on in silence. Next, Ultimate Spider-Man, Volume 3, Issue 23.